Hi, my name is Adriana from Mexico City, living in Chiapas, Mexico, in southeast Mexico. And the quote that describes my leadership is a short passage that I'm going to read from a speech made at the first international gathering of women who resist, or women who struggle, that was held this year. So I'm going to read it in Spanish and then translate for you. This is part of a longer speech that is really powerful and really worth checking out. So it says, No les pedimos que vengan a luchar por nosotras, así como tampoco vamos a ir a luchar por ustedes. Cada quien conoce su rumbo, su modo y su tiempo. Lo único que sí les pedimos es que sigan luchando, que no se rindan, que no se vendan, que no renuncien a ser mujeres que luchan. Acordamos vivir. We don't ask you to come and fight for us, just like we won't go fight for you. Each one knows her path, her way, and her time. The only thing we do ask is that you keep fighting, that you don't give up, that you don't sell out, that you don't desist in being women who resist. We agree to live. These are the words that motivated me to fight for my vision, my land, and ultimately my life. Really. Their words liberated me from the social guilt I had developed, which was no good for anyone, in my relationship with my ex-sister-in-laws. Women from the same background and worldview and language were telling me that I did matter, and we were ultimately in the same boat. That my liberation was tied to their liberation. Even though the Zapatistas are not asking for money or support, they represent the demographic that I think all eyes should be on. If not to help them, then to learn from them and build alliances, which I think is a much more respectful way of approaching activism and social change. Their feminist politics is one of the most radical and at the same time open and accepting than any of the political postures that I know of that branch out from academia. They are beyond academia and its critics. They simply are. Their mere presence influences the imagination and political possibilities of all women, especially here in Chiapas, even though our realities are still separate, physically especially, and they are very much isolated. They remind us that this is a struggle for survival. Their speech gives name to the diversity of women, points out the traps that we can fall in as we begin to free ourselves, such as competition over who is more deconstructed or radical. They bring our attention back to where it matters, to being a light, standing in solidarity, holding space, and valuing land. And I think also just being strategic and knowing what your priorities are. Not surrendering and not selling out. I also want to lead by bridging, not by commanding. By mediating, not by resolving. And I'm also not afraid of incorporating diversity, because no one cause is worth sacrificing diversity for. And I'm not using a superficial notion of diversity. So, thank you. I'm gonna leave it here. I hope this gives you an idea of more of an idea of who I am. And thank you for your time and the opportunity, and I look forward to hearing back from you. Thank you. Good day.